All right, everybody, thank you for sticking around. Welcome to a very special episode of New Release Rundown, where this week, instead of the games that have come out this week being joined by a local store, we are instead going to take a very long look at a new game that's coming soon. We are joined by Keith and Jen from Twogether Studios, who are going to walk us through this new game. Do you want to take a few minutes to maybe talk about it and introduce the viewers to the game itself before we dive into playing?
Sure, go ahead.
So, the Adventure Zone Bureau of Balance is a collaborative storytelling card game. What we wanted was for you to be able to get together with pretty much a group of any of your friends and create a fantasy adventure in about an hour. When you play, you are becoming a group of reclaimers from the Bureau of Balance. Your job is to recover a dangerous relic from the hands of a nefarious villain in a mysterious location. For those of you who know the Adventure Zone, essentially you are one of the other reclaimer teams that the Bureau has out in the field. So there's a lot of little things. There's some familiar faces that will turn up. We're going to go to a few magical familiar places, but this is about creating your own adventure in the world of the Bureau of Balance as opposed to specifically replicating some aspect of the show.
Great. And we were just talking about the prototype nature of the materials we were playing with.
Yeah, so today we're playing with one of our prototypes. So we currently have the game for pre-order at theadventurezonegame.com, and the finished product will be on the market in August 2020. So today this is an unfinished product, so some of these materials are not what's going to be in the finished product game. So we have like handmade pieces here which won't be on the game.
Well, so I guess there's a question, is it just the products that are unfinished, or are you still testing and tweaking the design as well?
So the core game is complete. We have a couple of more scenarios to test, and we'll be doing that in the next 5 weeks before it goes to the printer.
So are we playing one of those totally new scenarios that need to be tested, or something tried and true?
We are playing a reasonably tested scenario, but there is actually one thing in here that is pretty much entirely new. And so we have a couple playtesty things that are going to pop out.
Do we have some star
graphics
graphics to throw up on the screen if that comes up?
I'll call it out when it happens. This is it. Big playtest moment.
First seen by human eyes.
So, shall I dive in?
Sure.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm excited.
So in the Bureau of Balance, what we have is we are going on a mission. That mission is defined by a combination of challenge cards. Essentially, with the game, there are 12 mission decks. And there's villains, locations, and relics. And so we have put 3 of those together. So there's basically something like 84 different combinations you could try.
I was about to ask you, can you just mix those decks in any way that you want?
Mix them in any way you want. Certain combinations are more challenging than others because different decks, as we're going to get into with the train, have special rules. And so certainly the game's going to start out saying, hey, for your very first game, you might want to do this. Whereas we're actually doing one of the slightly weirder ones just because I want to.
Does the rule book have recipes per se?
Yes, exactly.
I call it the Jelly Belly Guide, where you have combine these beans for this flavor, if you remember those.
Yep.
But it's exactly that idea. So you want a longer, tougher game. This is a good combination.
Or it reminds me of the Dominion had all the different recipes of you want a lot of gold, play this one. You want a lot of challenge, play this one.
Now, another twist is that what you'll see is, so when you're playing with the Dark Lord, you have a deck of cards that are associated with the Dark Lord. The cards are themselves double-sided. So even if you were to play the exact same combination of decks, you're gonna see things you didn't see before. And plus, we're gonna tell different stories. So anyhow, this has created the mission that we have. Our goal is to recover the relic, which means getting to the bottom of this deck, and then either to defeat the villain or escape the location before we run out of health. So you have to get to the bottom of 2 of the 3 decks before running out of health.
And this is fully cooperative.
It's fully cooperative, and it doesn't have a game master. This basically creates the challenges for us. What it does have is a team leader.
and I'm going to take that role. The team leader basically is just the person who needs to know the rules. The rules are pretty simple, but as long as one person knows them, I can make sure.
And just to be clear,
help you
you're
through.
pretty confident you know these rules.
I think I know these rules. And then also, as I said, this is a storytelling game. Really, the fun part about this is us building a story together. You don't have to tell a story. We're not going to judge you if you're like, I don't know, whatever. On the other hand, as team leader, part of what the team leader hopefully does is helps ask some leading questions, just make sure that people sort of feel like they know what's about. So the first thing we need to do is meet our team. We are the latest team of reclaimers for the Bureau of Balance. I would start out and say I'm Smugly, Smugly the Warrior. I'm a Gerblin. We're not very common, but Gerblins have been getting a very bad rap recently, and I really wanted to make sure we had some positive Gerblin representation out there. I'm stronger against monsters, mainly because of my stupidly large axe, which I like to call Little Smugly. I
begin to think maybe you don't know the meanings of some of those words.
That is possible. That is entirely possible. And I generally assist my teammates using my social media. I have a lot of social connections. I'm really big on the gram, and it's got me a lot of ideas.
All right.
And as a warrior, I'm especially strong against monsters. I can also attack recklessly, which will hurt us a little, but can boost my strength.
Well, hello, everyone. I am Jinx from the cat person of Calico Cats.
Ooh.
Yes, and
You're a Jellicle cat.
I'm a Calico Jellicle cat. Yes.
An angelical cat.
Angelico from Calico. Yes. And somehow I don't know how I'm still alive. It's really amazing, but I can get the job done if you need it, because things are just always on my side because I'm slick like that.
Now, as a rogue,
Yes.
You are especially good against traps, and you're also especially good at helping other people. Everyone has an action token.
Yes.
That you can use for certain things, but one of the main things is helping other people. When you help people, if you pitch in before the die has been rolled, you give a +3. So that's like one of your big strengths, because you backstab, you're good at coordination.
I am Buildertronus McSweenus. And I am a vampire.
Okay.
Of course. But is that in a
what I mean?
mirror? Isn't that?
It's a magical mirror.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there you
Also, it's only La Sombra who don't have reflections. I am clearly of a different type of vampire.
You totally were not paying attention in Gnomes.
Totally not.
Yep. But I was turned into a vampire through an accident of magic, but that has given me lots of magic to shoot at monsters.
Cool.
So you're a wizardly. Okay.
Yeah, but actually, I think it's really just my creepy looming presence that is most helpful.
So are you like borderline lich? Is that what it is? You're
No,
borderline lich?
liches.
Oh, okay.
Okay, liches
Okay.
lack the ability to taste things because they're dead. I like tasting things, only blood. Also, no, because I'm a vampire. I think I mentioned that.
Yeah, but
I
you're
feel like that was
undead
important.
with magic.
I hear liches get stitches.
Oh, yes.
Also that.
All right, and
Hi everyone. How's everyone doing today? Good.
I'm a vampire.
Excellent.
evil.
Evil? You're evil?
Vampire.
Excellent. Just vampire. I'm Pillsbury the Priest, everyone. I'm your favorite gnome. You might have remembered me from my inspirational show.
Nope.
Very high ratings. Unfortunately, the Chug and Squeeze pulled out our funding because I made sure that everyone was going vegan. So unfortunately,
Are we doing phrasing anymore?
I use my power of light, but I'm not stuck up about it or anything. I just like to give. I'm just a giver. So I'm stronger against the undead using my power of light, everyone.
No offense.
Yes.
Oh, that's
So
gonna
whatever
be bad.
we
I'm
get
a
on our
vampire.
mission, I'm good if it's an undead challenge. So you just turn to me. I'll take care of it.
All right, so now we've met the team. The next thing we have to do is to learn more about our mission. I'm very glad you're all here for this. We need to recover the staff from the Dark Lord. Now, the problem is he's on a train, and the train is going somewhere, and if it gets there before we get the staff and the Dark Lord, he'll get away. So I had previously said you gotta beat the villain or escape the location. Here we gotta beat the villain. The train, if we reach the end of the train deck, we lose. And every time we fail a challenge, we're gonna discard the top card of the train deck. So the train deck is counting us down as opposed to
Any
being something
challenge,
we want to
even if
defeat.
it's not a.
Any challenge.
Okay. Interesting.
So that is a second timer on our success. But the important thing is we're dealing with a staff. We're dealing with a Dark Lord. We're dealing with a train. Who are these things? So let's start. What you'll see is on the back of each mission card, it tells us any special rules associated with the card, but it also gives us some information and prompts. The staff grants the Dark Lord power over the elements, allowing them to control the weather and conjure fire and ice. It probably has a cool name, like the Staff of Endless Winter. But Builder Tronus, you're a wizard. Do you know the name of the staff?
Yeah, obviously. It's the Staff of General Relativity, as suggested and documented by chat.
Oh,
Suggested
general
that we
relativity.
use-
General
well, they said
relativity.
that to use general relativity to our advantage. They may have talked about how if a train leaves here at this time and a train leaves there at that time, but we're going to go with the staff.
Fair enough.
And you said Chad came up with this?
Chat?
Chat.
Chad.
Oh, no, definitely Chad.
Yeah,
Okay.
My
Yeah.
friend Chad
At
in-
Wizard,
That's what I
at
thought.
Vampire Wizard School.
Vampire
That's really
Wizard
what I
College. He was my roommate, and he wrote his dissertation on the Staff of General Relativity.
Yes.
Now, the Dark Lord is a cruel tyrant with an army of monstrous minions. They're searching for the Staff of General Relativity, and if they claim it before we do, the world is doomed. Do you know the name of the Dark Lord, Jinx?
The name of the Dark Lord is. Trying to think. Magical Princess Fairy Blossom.
Oh, Magical Princess Fairy Blossom.
Unfortunately, he went against his trade. He was supposed to be a beautiful, fanciful fairy, but then decided that he doesn't want to follow the path of his family members and rebelled against it, but still has a cultural belief that he needs to keep his fairy culture, so he keeps the name.
Do you know his connection to the Staff of General Relativity?
He really disliked Chad in school.
Oh, he's just doing it to mess with Chad.
Yeah,
Hashtag
Chad.
all about Chad.
It's all
All
about
right,
Chad.
Yeah.
all right. And finally, Pillsbury, the train. The villain's stolen the relic, and we have to catch them before the train reaches the end of the line. Do you know the name of this fantasy train, Pillsbury?
The train is called Nowhere.
Oh. Now, where is it
Wouldn't
going?
a train
Or is the
to
answer just somewhere?
Yeah, sorry. Wouldn't a train to nowhere never arrive at its destination?
Will it? Will it though?
No, but they conserve.
It's going somewhere.
I think I know what it is.
Nowhere
It's
is going somewhere.
going somewhere.
See, you just got to be
If
in
you
touch
don't
with
have
your
a
own
path,
spiritual side.
the path is open up to you, don't you know?
Yes.
That's what the Calicles believe.
Because when you're on the train,
Look, there was a
you
reason
are
that Chad
nowhere.
never got his doctorate. Okay.
All right. So, the challenges at the top, sort of the top layer, are telling us what we are currently facing in this moment. As your team leader, I'm gonna start you off, and I will tell you what we have here. We've got to get past a Gerblin spy, because basically we are at the ticket counter trying to get our tickets to nowhere. But there's this Gerblin spy that we've got to avoid because, we don't want him to know what we're up to. And the problem is there is also terrible weather. Now, if you glance at these cards, what you see is the big number is the difficulty. That is what we're going to have to overcome to defeat that card. Then it has certain traits, which determine if any of us are good at it. And some of these have numbers adding to the cards next to them. So right now, the terrible weather is making it more difficult to deal with a Gerblin spy. So, here's the thing. I, Smugly the Warrior, am going to try and get us past this terrible
Are
weather.
you going to smuggle us, or are you going to do it smugly?
I'm gonna do it smugly, smart guy.
Yeah, I'm a wizard.
All right. Well, that's why I say smart guy. That wasn't an insult or anything. It was a statement of fact. I mean, hello. All right. Now, one of the things about this terrible weather. So first off, you decide what you're going to do. This also has a little prompt that says "Story +1. What's so terrible about this weather?" Which means if I describe it,
It's raining
we're
blood.
going to get a +1. So okay, it's raining blood. You beat me to it, but I can't argue with that.
Well,
It's
I mean, I
pretty
guess
gross.
to properly play this, is it the person whose turn it is? Are they supposed to be the one?
It is the person who's doing it, but it's a cooperative game. There's nothing wrong with throwing out suggestions. I could say, no, it's not raining blood, you dope. It's raining donuts.
Look, I was
think
hoping.
blood's pretty. I think blood's pretty.
Blood.
Blood is like raining donuts if you're a vampire.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Could we add on to the gremlin to help the person?
Well, we'll get back to
Okay,
that.
yeah.
So basically, it's raining blood. That's giving us a +1. And the question, of course, is how am I, Smugly the Warrior, going to deal with this horrible rain of blood? Obviously, I'm not just fighting it. You know, that doesn't make any sense. But I think, honestly, I'm just trying to get you all inside. We're standing out by the ticket counter, it's raining blood, and I think we're debating something, like, well, I don't know what we're
And
arguing
I'm just
about.
like catching blood.
Yeah, and you're just catching it on your tongue, and I'm just like, come on, let's go in it's nasty out here. We shouldn't
I'm
be
a little
standing
gnome. I
outside.
might be
Come
swept
on,
away
come
in a
on.
little-
Exactly,
Yeah.
I'm worried about it. So each of us has a strength that applies to any challenge. My base strength is 4. We've gotten a +1 from telling the story, so I'm up to 5. What you would have to do, if I just went ahead, is I would roll this die and add it to that 5, and I would have to get 10 or better.
Okay.
Now, this is one of those big 20-sided dice, because this is like a role-playing type game, and you use one of these dice for that. Problem is, this die only goes up to 6.
Oh.
This is a 20-sided, 6-sided die. So it goes from 1 to 6.
Not a 26-sided die.
Wait.
No, not a 26-sided die. So it has 1 to 6 3 times. It also has a critical hit that always succeeds, an epic fail that always fails. The main point is right now, to succeed, I would have to roll a 5. And I'm not feeling that great about that. Now, the thing is, I could get one of you to help me.
Yes.
This is all voluntary, but I'm just going to ask you, Jenks, can you help me wrangle these people here?
But the
yes.
blood from the sky.
Yeah,
So,
just get him inside. Can
do
you
you have
do
any
that?
idea how difficult it is to get somebody
I
to agree to give me
caught-
the blood, and
I
I'm getting it
caught
from
a
the
little
sky
bit of
right
a-
now without any problems?
I have a little sippy cup.
Oh, sippy cup, it's delicious.
You want the
It's
sip?
gonna come back
Follow
with
that.
puncture holes
Follow
in it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's made specifically for vampires, though. So it
Why
has
do you have a
to-
vampire sippy cup? Are you treating me like a fully grown adult infant who can throw fireball?
No.
Good.
And there wasn't a plot to poison you at any point.
Excellent.
No,
not at all.
not at all.
No,
Good.
no,
No.
no, not to take any of your magic weapons while you sleep and slumber in your nighttime sleep.
I am magic weapons.
That's a good point. He hates magic items.
Oh
you
yeah,
know
that
that, right?
is. Oh yeah, I forgot.
All right, so everybody has their action token, and if you give it to me before, and basically whenever you use it, the team leader, you spend it. The team
Yes.
leader will hold on to it until it gets back to my turn, then I give them all back to everybody. So you only get to assist once per cycle. But as a rogue, if you assist, you give +3. So you've got us up to 8. Now we only need a 2 to
Yes.
succeed. I feel pretty good about that. So okay, everybody get inside the building. We roll the die, and we got a 6.
Nice.
Totally got past the terrible weather, so we're out of the terrible weather. And apparently here we have discovered some ice sculptures inside. That isn't weird. Now,
Blood ice sculptures.
when you defeat a challenge, you collect the card. What you will see is at the bottom of the card, we have a diamond, that's the treasure that it is worth, and a skull, which is the amount of damage if we had failed. We would have taken damage. As it is, I keep this, and when I get 3 points worth of treasure, something magical happens.
Ooh.
And so damage, we don't have different hit point pools. There's just the track at the top.
It is just once we run out of health, we've got to retreat. Somebody needs to go home, but we got to
Look, I'm
do
sorry that I
this
have
as
to
a group.
sleep during the day.
Now,
okay?
I will
It's not my
say,
fault.
I gave you lotion for that.
I got
Doesn't
us.
work. Blade is not real.
So I got us into the station. The problem is there are these ice sculptures. I can only assume they're frozen blood,
That's great.
and that's creepy. So now, Jinx, we've got to get past this goblin spy. We've got to deal with these haunted ice sculptures. Now, we're still in line at the ticket counter, but we probably don't want to. You could just, if you're like, I'm totally going to lose against the rest of these, you could take out the ticket counter. But really, with the train, we kind of want to leave it unless we don't have a
No,
choice.
Jinx, I'm not going to throw shade at any plan because I'm really all about light. But I will say that I'm very good about with the undead. So if you'd like to wait on that, I'm very happy to take that on for later. Because I'm +6 against the undead
I think-
challenges. So if there's other challenges that you want to attack,
So
highly
two
recommend.
rules questions.
Yes.
Do we have to go in turn order for challenges?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So if she wants to wait, then she has to pick a different challenge
That's
to go
correct.
for.
Yes.
Okay. And then second, since we lose when the train deck runs out, we basically never want to pick the train challenges unless we feel like we can't succeed in anything else.
That's exactly right. So you don't want to attack the train challenges. There may well be a situation where you're like, well, I know I can succeed against this. And the train challenges get us treasure.
Yes.
The ticket counter is a low and easy thing to defeat and worth 2 points of treasure.
And those
But
treasures
it
do
is-
give us some
Yeah, but
other abilities that might
Yep.
be able to assist
you
in
know
other
what?
ways.
I feel very generous because I assisted you. I feel like I'll let you go ahead and shine your light.
Oh,
Alright.
thank you. We
I'm
have to
a
wait.
generous kid.
We do have
Yeah.
to wait my turn in order for
No,
me to do that.
it is
So,
frozen ice, so
yeah.
I'm going to be real tempted.
yeah.
Well, that is true. Now,
Frozen blood.
the Gerblin Spy,
Yes, is a
that's
trap.
a trappy type thing. So
Okay.
you're especially good. You have a base of 6 against the Gerblin Spy. Would
Yes.
you like to try that?
I would, yeah, if that's one of the things.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so I can try the Gerblin.
Yeah, Gerblins.
Gerblins.
Now, I will say what the Gerblin Spy immediately says is, for +1, can you tell me what this Gerblin's clever disguise is?
The Gerblin's clever disguise is a monocle and a mustache
Ooh.
with a very, very silk coat that repels the blood. So he always looks prim and proper
Really?
and clean.
I need to
yes.
get one of those.
This can be a very classy Gerblin. Gerblins don't have to look shaggy. He's very upscale.
Well, of course, Gerblins
Well,
don't
the
have to
important
look
question,
shaggy.
are these all Gerblin scale, or are they human scale the Gerblin is just wearing? Like, is this a human mustache that's now on this tiny little Gerblin? And a huge monocle on this tiny little Gerblin?
He went all the way because bigger is better, as you know.
Yep.
And it's also very, like, he's
Feels like a dinner plate in his face.
he's making himself look so obvious that people ignore him.
The classic Gerblin reverse psychology.
Yes.
Of course.
With
Always
also
works.
a top hat.
So,
Yes.
you have a base of 6 because you're very clever and cunning. You're not going to be outwitted by this big monocled fellow. And you have a +1 for having told the story. How is Jinx going to deal with this Gerblin Spy?
Jinx just happens to know the Gerblin spy is very lactose intolerant and offers the goblin and pretends that it is oat milk that she is giving to the Gerblin, but it is actually 2% milk.
Nobody likes 2%.
2%. So,
I should be offended by your taking advantage of Gerblin's historical lactose intolerance, but in this case, it's for a good cause.
yes.
All right, so you have a 7. You will need to roll a 3. You could ask one of us for help, but do you think you can roll a 3 is the question. Now, what I will tell you on an add-in, if you wait, when people assist you, you get a bigger bonus if they assist you before the die roll.
Oh, is
Yes.
that for everyone?
But people can assist after the die roll. It's just generally lower. Pillsbury in particular is very good at assisting.
My special ability is that no matter what happens before or after, I can give you +2.
Ooh, I will go ahead and if Pillsbury doesn't mind.
No, I'm always happy to help.
Seems to be
Pillsbury
a lot
can
of back
wait
and
until
forth
after you
between
roll.
the two.
So you can
Oh,
see
yeah.
if
Some sort of
see if
secret
you need it.
conspiracy about like,
okay,
I'll
well,
let you handle the blood
how about-
statues. Oh, I'll help you take care of the goblin.
This is you're getting grumpy. You're not the same. You want your little sippy cup?
Yes, please. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right.
Fine. go do the goblin
But
thing.
yes,
Okay.
we'll go ahead and I'll take a chance because I'm very lucky, as you know.
That's true. You do it
fully
very
support
dumbly.
I'm
your
very, very dumb lucky.
All right.
And ha!
And you succeeded.
Succeeded.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That oat milk, the old oat milk trick.
Yes. Haha, lactose intolerancy.
All right. So Buildertronus. The thing about it is bringing down a Gerblin, sort of exposing this lactose intolerant, apparently kind of has really annoyed a lot of people. So you did get us past the spy, but now there's a Gerblin mob
Oh.
that are trying to keep us from getting to the train.
And a new symbol on the board.
Yes. So the Gerblin mob is a monster, but it also has this little symbol with 2 pawns in the hand. Now, what we haven't talked about before is when people assist, only one other character can assist. We couldn't have all pitched in to help. This is the double assist icon, which means because it's a mob, 2 of us could help out if you needed that help.
Okay.
So right now, there is a Gerblin mob, which is a monster, value of 10, ice sculptures, monster and undead, or the ticket counter. Which
Okay.
of these things can Buildertronus try and
Well,
get us past?
So Buildertronus notes that as a battle mage, I can just expend this to get +3 on my own roll. Okay, so I could start at a base of 6 for that. Do I have any other benefits on that card from describing anything? Or
For the Gerblin mob? No, that
Okay.
is just a straight straight base of 6.
Okay.
Now, I could help you out, obviously, if you wanted ahead of time. Pillsbury, we know, is always there, got your back. Do you want...
Very small portion of your back. I'm very tiny, but and adorable. But
what kind of
The
magic
important
are you?
part.
Yes.
Well, how are you getting past these girls?
I, as an incredibly intelligent undead creature, whose body does not need to maintain itself, so thus all of the energy that I'm getting from the blood sippy cup goes straight to my brain, allowing me to process at a hyper fast rate, has not decided yet. And that is why I'm gauging what we want to do.
yeah. Okay.
So, if you could actually, if you want to just hold my sippy cup for a moment.
Sure.
That counts
sure.
as an assist.
Yeah, that
as
gives you-
both hands are required to cast Fireball to liquefy the remaining Gerblins.
All right, that seems pretty solid. So
You
you're
don't
up to
bring
8.
Buildertronus unless you want things destroyed.
Yes.
And pass me the...
Yep. As I do my battle magic.
Yep.
oh,
Way.
with gusto. That was a 6.
Yes.
All you needed was a 4, I believe.
Although now,
We needed everything.
Oh.
Now- I do have some bad news.
Okay.
Getting rid of, Colonel
didn't spill the
Mustard
sippy
or wherever
cup
with
or
the
anything,
spy.
right? You didn't
No.
drop the sippy
No.
cup.
Do you want
Okay.
it back?
Yes, please.
Sippy cup needs to go back.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, here.
That took a lot out of me.
Getting rid of the spy, that was just one thing. Then the mob gets up, and you just destroyed that mob. They've brought a deadly assassin, a Gerblin assassin, out to finally deal with us. So I'm just saying, it's getting serious here. But Pillsbury.
It's getting serious and dangerous, but I'm really mesmerized by ice sculptures. And I just thought, what brings more joy than a nice ice sculpture, correct? Unless it's animated and coming our way. But let's just keep on the positive side, shall we? It is an undead ice sculpture. And I get a story. What's that sentence there, sir?
What do these deadly sculptures look like?
They are ice sculptures and the Tikikin of the
Yeah,
girl.
I'm curious why there's a bunch of deadly blood ice sculptures in a train ticket station.
Because of
Do
the
they
staff
normally-
of general relativity. No. They're
it's
created
all related
by
to
the
this?
staff.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
okay.
created by us.
Actually, what they are all the things that Chad used to leave around the dorm room. So they're like Chad's old
Oh,
socks.
we just thought he wouldn't clean up after himself.
Yeah,
we didn't
no,
realize
no.
it was the curse of the staff.
It's like it's the curse of the staff
he
that
kept telling
is-
us that, and we did not buy it.
Yeah, half-eaten jars of peanut butter that somebody else bought that he would take. So these are all immortalized ice sculptures, and really, he's just trying to taunt us with that. like, look, I can just leave my socks wherever I want. This is the type of ruler I am.
Now, of course, the risk is that we have all used our assists. So
Going in on a loud.
going
It's
on this
okay.
Pillsbury,
I have the
what are you
light-
going to do?
I have the light behind me is what I'm saying. I'm going to use all my energy. I'm small, but I'm mighty. I can do this. And I roll a
really
1.
can't.
So
Which
I really
we needed
can't.
to see how it's
I did
important
that
to
as
see
an
how this
example.
works. Exactly. Well done.
thanks.
Now, a couple of things happen here. First, the ice sculptures do 2 points of damage to us. Now, we have a slight advantage here is because you hadn't used your own assist, Pillsbury has the secondary ability that on your turn, you can use your assist to heal us a point of damage. So Pillsbury, would you like to heal us?
Absolutely, since on your turn,
Yep.
we're all going to get them back anyway. So it is a no-brainer to just heal. I will heal everyone.
You will
Sorry, everyone.
So, we kind of got destroyed a little by...
Well, so like, how do they damage us? Do
Yeah,
they just
ice soups.
explode, or do they just damage you?
That's a good question.
I think that they were kind of melting before, and now just he extends the staff, and a cool breeze comes and kind of re-energizes. Like, these ice sculptures are going nowhere.
Oh, so
Yeah.
like we see the Dark Lord like lean around the corner and just be like, "Yep."
Yeah, like pew, they're not going anywhere.
Magical fairy princess, Princess Fairy Blossom,
Yeah.
by the way.
My,
Yeah, very
my
awesome.
+1 assist, I just hand knit a sweater, a long, nice scarf for everyone to just keep us a little bit warm with the cold snap.
Now, I have some good news and bad news.
Yeah.
Oh.
The good news is we did manage to finally get past the ticket counter.
Yes.
Probably 'cause everyone
because
here is dead.
When we lost against the ice sculpture, we discard the top card of the train. So we did get past the ticket counter.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is not only are our seats really bad,
Oh.
but also we're now being targeted by a Gerblin assassin, and the ice sculptures have followed us onto the train. We are still dealing with Chad's leftover lazy ice sculptures.
Yeah.
Ah.
So,
He was
it-
never really an artist.
No.
I would call this more like ice debris.
Yeah, yeah. Chunks that are named something, yeah.
so as it comes back to me, everybody gets their actions back.
Thank you.
And we're starting a new round. So we're being hunted by a Gerblin assassin while fighting haunted ice sculptures and being bothered by our bad seats, which are notably making the ice sculptures more difficult.
Probably because we have to sit next to these freezing ice sculptures.
Oh,
They're
yes,
really
very
bad
cold.
seats.
They're very bad.
Every time you look over, I'm
So-
just like,
I'm,
You get slightly stuck.
I'm going to deal with a Gerblin assassin. He's known as the Gerblinator. And the thing about it is he's very smug. He's like the coolest goblin around, and there's only room for one smug Gerblin.
I mean, like you
in
can be
this-
smugly, he could be smugly.
Yeah, I'm smuglier,
Okay.
is what I'm saying. Now, the Gerblin assassin says no one can assist you with this challenge. I have a base of 6. He's just a 9.
So you're a warrior, is that right?
I'm a
That's right,
warrior,
okay.
yes.
So then because we all have like the different challenges that we're just better at. So you're just better at straight up attacking a monster.
Monsters.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm a straight up 6. The thing about it is I really dislike this guy. He's
Yeah.
given Gerblins a bad name. You know, the whole thing is it just bothers me. So I am going to use my own assist to recklessly charge, smugly charges in.
Get him.
Is what I'm saying. And that adds 2 to my strength, but it does cause us to take a point of damage. I'm a little careless. I kind of run into his little stabby thing that he's using, but I do crush him.
Nice.
Revealing that we are now being haunted by Gerblin
Gerblin
ghosts.
ghosts.
And the bad news is that the ice sculptures are now, they get a +1 from the ghosts and a +1 from the bad seats. The ice sculptures are 12.
So the
Ooh.
Gerblin ghosts of the Gerblin mob that I dealt with appropriately
Yeah.
are now possessing the sculptures.
Pretty
I
much.
would have hoped that our undead wizard would have kind of perhaps seen that coming, but
Okay, look.
There's no
not
blame,
every
there's no
undead
blame.
wizard is a necromancer.
We're
okay.
a team, we're a team. There's no blame.
Jinx.
Yes.
Being hunted by Gerblin ghosts while dealing with ice sculptures and bad seats. None of these are traps.
Nope.
The Gerblin ghosts do have the double assist, so if you go against them both Pillsbury and.
And does this have a
Velvet
prompt
Trust.
that we can plus with?
Unfortunately, no. The ice sculptures do. The bad seats do. If you want to just get rid of the bad seats, but
Is that a +1 from the ghosts?
+1 from the ghosts, +1 from the bad seats.
Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Got coughed. I think I'm gonna try to go for the ghost.
All right.
Just to try. So when the light mage,
Pillsbury.
Pillsbury,
yes.
sorry, Pillsbury, I can assist her by shooing away these ghosts.
All right.
And because of my lucky charm, I happen to just have some.
You have cereal?
What? Yes, cereals. All the cereals. It's a ghost fighting cereal.
Really?
It doesn't really add to the story, but I'm gonna say
Wouldn't
I
that be
have ghosts.
Boo Berry?
Yeah, it's totally Boo Berry. You just eat the
Blueberry
ghost.
is.
Yeah.
You just eat the ghosts, so they possess all the marshmallows. The ghosts go into the marshmallow bodies and feel satisfied.
Is that how they
and
manufacture
then are
Blueberry?
pacified. Yes.
Wow.
It's to pacify ghosts.
I'm gonna start eating blueberry cereal now.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
So I will go ahead and use my blueberries.
Excellent.
So you're starting.
You said 3.
Is 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to help
So-
out, Buildertronus?
I think it would be wise.
Yes.
Yes.
As an undead creature, I'm gonna spend my +2 to help.
Thank you.
As an undead creature myself, I feel like I can consult as to how strongly the blueberry will appeal. You have to really negotiate with these creatures to get them to consume it.
Now, this is still a tough go, but
I-
Pillsbury can help out if needed.
Yes, I can help out after the roll as well. So I'm gonna hold on to
I would
my.
hold, just in case.
Yes.
I think actually what's happening is you're watching the two of us stumble into a lion's den, and you're just observing.
Yes.
The cereal shall work. I trust in the cereal.
course.
These
The
ghosts
elf
will
Yeah,
be
we
pacified.
100% believe you, sort of.
Yes. And then I know it's gonna work because I am
All right.
lucky. Huzzah.
Okay.
All right.
So you have a 9. You needed an 11. It doesn't look like it's going to work.
Darn it.
But
But you know what? I have just 2 right in my back pocket. I have a little something to help. As all of you are kind of bickering amongst each other a little bit, I just remind you of what we're all here for and use the power of the light.
Blood.
that
and
is what
bam,
we're all here
we've
for.
defeated it. Yes.
Thank you.
Yay.
Unfortunately, both of us are at 2. We're almost. We need 3 points
Yes.
to get the good stuff, but we're almost there. Now, this reveals a bunch of annoying elves who are at least magically oriented, so they're kind of up your alley. But these annoying elves want us to join them for something long and boring. Is
Yeah.
it a council meeting, a cryptic prophecy, a
No.
timeshare?
So here's the thing. Elves are always at college, always giving dissertations and trying to get some other additional doctorate. They will never stop telling you about how many classes they've taken and how many things they know. We don't want to hear about this.
So, are you going to try and take down these annoying elves?
Uh,
So you have a base of 6 because they're magic, +1 because they're talking about college. Right now you need a 4.
I mean, I did not join the anti-elf
Now,
undead fraternity for nothing.
how are you?
Little racist.
How are you dealing
Have
with
you
this?
met an elf?
Are you're talking your way through this, or are you like, I'm sick of you, I'm vaporizing?
No. I mean, so the other thing about the elves is like you vaporize them. They just kind of go back to their tree and get reborn as fruits, and then they come back to tell you
Hate that.
about how that process went, and you really just don't want to hear it. So the only thing that you can do is give them some sort of question that they can't figure out. Thankfully, Chad has given us that in this staff of general relativity. Because you will never reach the end of figuring out the things that can't, or can do, depending on your perspective. So I'm going to introduce to them explain the staff and get them to debate each other, so I can fade into the shadows.
With your
All right,
Yep.
hit it.
Right. So I need a 4.
You
is that
need a
right?
4, and unfortunately, we're all tapped out, so you're on your own. But we believe in you.
We believe.
So do I.
Yes.
Oh, dang.
Now,
Dang.
better yet, there's all sorts of good things about to happen. First off, these annoying elves carry magic stuff. You know, it's what they do. So they have a treasure value of 3, which
Great.
means right away you can take that and take
So
a
while they're
little
debating,
trip
I'm just gonna like grab.
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
to
Yes.
Fantasy Costco.
You go to Fantasy Costco and
Oh,
grab an
fancy.
item.
So
The one
grab
who
a
hates the
card.
Well, the
Magic.
elves had just been at Fantasy Costco,
Yes.
and they have a
Right.
shopping
So
cart
they
full,
brought-
and I grab one thing as I sip away. A faithful hound. So I just grab the dog out of the basket.
Elves don't take care of dogs. That is well known.
Oh, I want a puppy.
What does the puppy do? What does the faithful hound do?
I think it drools on me
Excellent. Which gives you plus strength
yep.
versus.
It gives you +1 strength versus,
versus monsters, and I may discard this hound at any time to add +1 to anyone's die roll.
Ah, very nice. Okay.
What's the name of your dog?
I'm just like holding it like this.
Is
Like,
it
it's
like a
breathing.
cute fat puppy, or is it like a big dog?
Or is it just an old?
Is it a pug? It's a pug.
No, it's like a tiny chihuahua.
Oh.
All right.
And the eyes are pointing in different directions,
okay.
and the tongue is really long.
Okay.
Now, what you also have in the middle of each of these decks, we have what are called right now companion cards, because someone shows up to help us.
Okay.
And they could be helping us directly, or this could be a flashback to how they helped us
So
in
this is
the
another
past.
bureau member or
But
someone.
this is Killian, who is one of the top regulators from the Bureau of Balance, and she's like a combat expert. So she
Yes, they are.
also, as long as she is around, she gives us a +1 versus monsters, just to everybody. And we can also, if things get really bad, we can discard her to gain +2 to any roll. She can help us out, but then she's gonna be done.
She's like, I worked. Goodbye.
She did it. And it's good that she's here because there is a big troll
There is a big
now
troll.
on this train.
All right.
And I forgot that you still have your action. So,
Yes, I still-
you know, I'm
that's
just
it.
saying, Jinx is
Yeah.
available to help you if
Oh.
needed be.
Well, that's good. I'm really. I feel like the ice sculptures, they've been taunting me ever since I wasn't able to defeat them earlier. So I'd like to try that one again. Plus, I get a story bonus. Okay, so I am +6 against undead challenges.
Yep.
Because that card has a symbol, I'm
Yep.
going up to 6, and one of the things that has really bothered me is they just traipsed right into this train. We've got the worst seats. They come in here and they've got like puddles everywhere, even though it's really cold. You know, have some decency, really. So that's really been bothering me about them.
And Killian's going to pitch in.
And Killian's going to pitch in. Thank you, Killian.
And then I will also, because I saw you had trouble earlier.
Oh, okay.
I will also assist, and I told the train conductor that it is far too cold in here, and can you please turn up the temperature?
Okay, excellent.
Now, that means you have an 11. They're at 10. We do still need to roll because it is still possible.
could be an epic
we
fail.
have an epic
What are the
fail.
odds?
What are
Very
the
low.
odds?
One of the things
20.
when I
When you put it like that.
when I had my inspirational TV show, there was somebody who did a ice sculpture carving show. So even though I'm tiny and small and delicate and cute, I pull out a humongous chainsaw because I know I'm gonna carve these
I'm
ice
just-
sculpture a new one, and I rolled a 1, but it's
But
okay.
you
It's all I needed.
So I'm just
Yay.
holding this like slobbery dog, and it's like, and then I just look over, and you now have a giant
And then
chainsaw.
it peed on you a little bit, because it's a...
Chainsaw
Yeah.
of light.
Yes.
Which has now revealed the staff who take care of the staff, because the staff is in the back and the
Staff.
staff are here to help
Staff.
out.
Yeah. Thanks, Jared.
Seems reasonable.
But personally, I am here for the big troll. And you know, I'm a small gerblin, and I'm just here to show that size does not matter. Lil Smugly is here. Plus, also, this is gonna be really good if you can take a shot of me while I'm doing this, like
Oh,
for the
sure.
gram.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Did you actually have a camera, or were you just making that hand motion to make the Gerblin feel happy? Yeah, okay.
so it is a 12.
Oh, yes.
To take out this big troll. He is big, he is warty, he's actually my cousin. And he's always like, little smugly. I think he's more probably like my brother-in-law or something, you know.
I was gonna
patting me
question
on
the genetics
head.
there, but-
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so I have a base of 6. I gotta say, with the 12, could you help me out?
I will assist you with your your brother-in-law there.
I was hoping maybe you could talk me up a little, just
you know
say
what?
something.
I'm gonna tell you, like, look, we're gonna do this live on the social medias, and look at all the hearts you're getting. So many people are rallying you up and saying, like, yeah, this guy, he's not nothing. You're the best.
He's not
the
nothing.
best.
He's not nowhere. He's going somewhere.
Now,
But he's on nowhere. He's on
But
the
going
train,
somewhere.
But going somewhere, yeah.
I could be reckless, but we only need a 2 to pull this off, and I think we can do it.
Go for it.
And we
Oh,
did,
nice.
just barely.
Yes,
so
barely.
I'm very glad
Sweet
we took
rolls at
out
this
the
table,
big,
by the way.
big troll,
Yeah, except-
and his name was Slugwort.
Okay.
And so, we're good thing we know how to beat trolls. Oh, but now there's an even bigger troll. So slightly bad news.
But don't you have treasure now?
Yeah.
I do. So I got 3 points of treasure.
Wait. I want to be your deal wizard.
So you know where we're going?
Fantasy Costco, where all your dreams come true.
Dun,
Got a deal for you. Okay,
All right.
you can sing next time. It's
there you
fine.
go.
All right,
I'm a
and I
vampire.
found a cryptic prophecy. The smallest among us will bring down the largest. So this gives me just a +1 strength at all times.
Oh, nice.
But also, I can discard it at any time to add 1 to anybody's roll. Oh, and we were even one better off because I forgot Killian was helping us. She was off in the dining car or something because we didn't even get her help.
You fell the troll. Like she opens the doors, got a plate. She's like, "You good?" "You
Yeah,
good?"
yeah,
Okay, and
got
then
it.
closes again.
All right.
I think for me, I will try to deal with the staff, and I will go in. I will put on a character. I will be a. I do not like the quality of the staff that is taking care of the staff. Their staff quality is more like a pike quality, and we want a staff quality. This is a pike quality. There's totally different realms.
Understood.
Yes.
Oh, we're very sorry about that, ma'am.
My
Okay.
brain immediately thought about fish, and I was like, wait, we have fish now?
Now, you are at a 3.
Yes.
It's a 10. Oh, you're at a 4 because Killian is helping.
Killian. Yeah. It's a. Oh yeah, because it's +1 from the bad seeds.
Right.
Yes.
Do you want to see if Buildertronis can?
Yeah.
Actually, I can help you. I can help you back.
Oh, thank you. Yes,
All right.
I would appreciate that.
All right,
help
I'm
back.
just gonna. You were boosting me, so I'm just following you, being like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What the cat
this.
said.
This is just not. This is not. Anybody who knows about staff and staff
Yeah.
knows the quality of staffing. So, well, we'll go ahead and that means
This is. So that means you need to get a 4.
a 4.
But you can do it. I believe in you.
I believe in me. We're gonna look. Oh, 6.
Yes.
Yes.
We're gonna roll a lot of 6s. All right. So that means
I get a
you
treasure.
can turn in. You have to do 3 points. So
Okay.
you turn in 3 points, and Jennifer Ellis.
Fantasy
Costco,
where all your dreams come true.
Got a deal for you.
you.
I would say
Da-na-na-na-na.
the Flaming Raging Poisoning Sword of Doom is in here and is totally broken. So I would get that if you
So
could.
it's on
I think
I
he-
choose from the bottom of the
He may
deck.
have just been motioning a particular card there.
Oh, was
Oh
he?
no, I was
Oh.
not.
Oh,
I just saw one move and I was like, this one should.
the flaming raging poison.
Really?
Oh, shocking! No, that I was not actually doing anything, but that was good. Good
That
fortune.
was good. I got it.
So what does it give you?
It is when you challenge a monster during your turn, you may discard the sword to defeat the monster without rolling a die. So it's basically a, what is that trope when you take out of nowhere a sword?
Deus
Yeah.
Ex Machina.
Deus Ex Machina.
Also, I think this is also like just Deus Ex Missile, as you just launch it and it's good.
So I have the power because I'm lucky.
Yeah, there might
Where did
be
you
some
find
bigger
this
ones.
sword? Did you just have it the whole time and you just weren't
really
using it?
dumb luck.
I just have dumb luck.
No,
Somebody
like
just
you
dropped their bag.
So you found it. It's not
No,
like you
no,
were
no,
hiding this the entire time.
No, I mean
Keeping key strengths from your teammates.
It's no. I would say excuse me. I would say that your that the staff had some I wouldn't say I stole it. I would say I procured this sword.
Appropriated, maybe.
Appropriated.
Yes.
Appropriately.
Because
Yes.
I felt those staff members were not competent to use.
So you stole the sword like I stole
no,
the
no,
dog.
No.
I'll trade you. Sword for dog.
Yeah, totally.
It's got 2 eyes. Your sword doesn't even have any eyes.
But that's a dog.
Yeah, I get that.
Just a cat. That's
I know.
not gonna work.
So go kick it in a corner or something. I don't know what you want to do with
And
it.
I think the dog right now pees on your leg just for just
I don't think it's been stopping
Yes.
teams the entire time.
No.
Well, but I'm sorry.
And
This is if I remember, this is a magical item, and somebody doesn't like magical items.
You also know that you can't bring that back to base because there's a
I just
strict
don't want the dog.
no dog policy on the moon.
It is true.
So just,
All right. So we're still dealing with an even bigger troll, and someone's gonna have to have a magical duel. But we're still in these bad seats. So
Magical
Brother Trump-
duel?
A magical duel.
Magical darkness is
Now-
a must.
The magical duel. No one can assist you with it.
I need not assistance.
You
Not a
have a
problem for
base
you.
of 6. You need to roll a 4. But first off, who are you doing?
So, I'm pretty sure that our cat friend is not as smart or not as deft in stealing things as she thinks. So she's just like,
See?
I stole this sword. And the staff are like, wait, we saw you steal the sword. She's like, I stole it. They didn't notice. And she just marches off. And they're like, no, you. And they're about to
didn't
cast
know. They're about to-
spells. And I'm like, wah! So I throw the dog up in the air. And then we're going to have a magical duel. And then I'm going to
Then
have
you
to
catch him, and it would be like a beautiful
You
slow motion.
sacrifice the dog.
No, I'll
Well, he
catch it.
doesn't have to- and he doesn't have to. The dog can be sacrificed for the +1.
We'll
but
find out if the dog
dog-
needs to be sacrificed.
You
Okay.
don't need to. You don't need to do that until you need it.
Ah.
No one can help you.
Uh-huh.
So let's see it.
All right. And I can't help myself. Well, no,
And there's no sacrificing.
I just want everyone to know that.
That's very true.
and no
You do
monster.
something adorable and
Discard the card.
Discard / sacrifice.
No, it
Sacrifice,
doesn't say sacrifice at all.
Wait until I talk about drinking the
Vampire.
dog.
Yeah, I'm worried about that.
Oh no.
Okay, anyway.
Maybe you should have taken it.
One! That's what you get for saying the word.
So unfortunately, well, we aren't actually over yet. So
Oh.
here's the thing: you were at a 7. You needed a 10. Now, you could discard the dog to get a +1. That would bring you to 8. We could discard Killian to get to 10.
Oh,
You
10.
can't help because it's a magical duel.
Oh, it's only one.
But they could both help. If we really wanted this.
Killian really likes that dog. and wants
That
it
is
to-
Well,
true. Killian could
then-
catch the dog,
Yep.
take the dog to safety, and we could all breathe a sigh of relief,
That is
which would cause
definitely
us
the
to
story
succeed.
that I will tell you about how they went to a farm upstate.
Oh God.
But are you in
Sure,
fact?
let's
all
do
right. Okay.
So Killian catches the dog.
Yep.
Killian catches the dog.
Killian catches the dog,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And-
So
Also three
yes.
hearts or diamonds.
So we have lost the nameless dog, who is now at a farm upstate, but we have gained.
A haunted doll.
Which is really a better
Oh, it's
companion
pretty
for you.
much,
I
yeah,
think.
much better for you.
I think actually it is probably a stuffed version of the dog.
Oh, that is okay. Now we get the creepiness for sure. Okay, that has left behind a maze of flame.
Oh, well, I'm all attracted to light. Let's see, and it's adding +1 to there.
It's a pretty tough lineup right now.
Yeah.
Bill Detrana still has
Jinx,
his
owe me a
assist though.
Coke.
Ah. This is.
A fantasy Coke. I'm gonna. Let me see.
You could always get rid of the bad seats. The bad seats are giving us a plus. Are
Yeah,
giving
plus
everything
one.
a +1.
Yeah.
But there could be a +2 under
Do
there.
they
Yeah.
don't they only give the card to the left of it.
That's
They don't-
correct.
It doesn't
It
extend
doesn't go all
the
the way to the
Oh, and
troll.
is there a okay? I feel like we're really good. We've been like going through our other piles, and if we can make if we can move our seats, we can get a better perspective on the maze of flames together. And
Yes.
Maybe we
even
could
bigger
also
troll.
like now that we have had a troll fight
Yeah.
stolen from the staff,
Right.
had a magical duel.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that this train car is not really suitable for habitation anymore.
Pretty much
So
we've destroyed
that's
it
everything.
might be that the bad seats are just no
And-
seats at all.
And the water damage from those ice sculpture
Oh, it's
dissemination was
horrible.
just
Yeah.
so let's move our seats, shall we?
Yes.
So I am I have +4 against challenges, so I would need and then I get +1 for what's so
What's
bad
bad
about
about
seats? Yeah, they've got Reign of Terror, blood, and their water
we've
damage.
discussed the horribleness.
Yes, exactly. So
You need a 3.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. So, like, do you need assistance, or you feel confident?
I feel confident.
Okay.
Ish.
You already said the
Well, on
confident
the other
words.
hand, she is. It is about to be the end, so there's
Sure.
sort of no reason for you not to.
Yeah,
assist.
yeah. Okay, that's true.
What are you
Because
gonna
you would
do?
just get it back immediately.
So while sipping my sippy cup of blood, I'm just gonna nonchalantly prestidigitate your clothes to be clean, so that when you go to the next train car and you're like, oh, these seats taken, you don't look like a horrible blood-encrusted frozen monster creature who
not
just
walking
went through a bunch of battle.
Yeah,
makes
exactly. Okay. I think that's pretty great.
But I'm not
Hi,
gonna loot
are
you
these
while I
seats
do it.
taken? No, come on over. We're fully available. All right.
Oh, but unfortunately, we ended up in the tiny lavatory.
Oh, not the tiny lab.
When we
Yeah,
said
but
seats, we didn't mean any seats.
Still
All right,
a negative.
so everyone gets
for
their
us.
tokens back.
Yes,
'cause
they
it's
do.
your
Yes.
turn.
Oh, thank you.
So when you play these, the decks that you're playing are the 3 decks. Are they completely randomized, or are they in a particular order?
So some of them are, some of them aren't. So the train, what you'll see is at the bottom of the card, it does have a numerical order.
Okay.
So we're going from easy to hard. And that is also true of the Dark Lord. The staff is completely unpredictable. So that is random. But mostly, this is why we started with a little Gerblin spy, and now we're dealing with an even bigger troll. And we've pulled actually a couple cards out. We're almost to the bottom of this deck, just to keep things moving.
Sure.
So
time,
we're closing in. And
I saw you
so,
cheating. Don't worry.
okay.
On film.
I think, gotta get this even bigger troll.
Yeah.
And he's big, but the bigger, he's my uncle-in-law, and I hate this. And the whole family's just garbage. They're just troll trash. You know what it's like. So I'm at a base of 6, but there is a prophecy that says I'm going to bring
Yes, I'm
down the
familiar
uncle.
with it. Yes, I'm familiar
Yes,
with the
the
problem.
So that gives me to a 7. And I am I'm pretty reckless about this. So that lets me use my own. We take a point of damage, but we're up to 9. Can you try? You were so good last time.
I think I will. I will go ahead and try.
Pillsbury, I believe that this is our troublemaking duo.
Yes, it's
No.
Yeah.
She's got the sword. We know what we're doing.
We are going through this the fastest, quickest way possible.
Oh, no. Yes,
And
I give you
how-
full credit
how
for the
I'm
speed
gonna
with which you
help
have dealt
you
with issues.
Is because you're going reckless, I can toss you for extra speed, and I'm gonna do like a really cool
This is
move.
a fastball special.
Yeah, unlike dwarves, gerblins are supposed to be tossed. That's like it's our jam. I'm like, wee!
Yeah. So I'll help you get right up there.
All right,
Good
so we
toss.
only need a 2, and we got it.
Yeah.
Revealing
The Dark Lord.
magical princess fairy blossom.
Wait, I'm just imagining that the troll is in that last train. So
Yep.
we're in the last train car.
Yep.
With the
Yeah.
worst
Yes.
seats. Okay.
Yeah.
This
Little
huge
tiny
fight.
lavatory,
Yeah, well,
frankly.
no, because that's in the next train car. So
Yeah.
the fight destroys all of the seats. A giant troll is there on the only remaining seat. You have this huge fight. You go back and
like
forth.
reading a paper.
Yep.
Yeah, and you go to the next car to try
Yeah.
to find good seats. You're like, guys, I found some good seats. And we go to the next car. We realize that it's the bathroom. We turn around, and the troll is getting up, and the two of you have a long fight with it. And eventually, we just pull the pin connecting this train car with the troll's car. You jump over it. It just leaves. So then we sit in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, how do we find the staff now?
Yeah.
At which point, the stall opens
And
Fairy
there's
Princess steps out. Like,
Fairy princess,
I just
magical
need to wash
princess
my
fairy
hands.
blossom. Well,
Tarantino is going to buy the rights to this, I can tell.
It's so good.
magical princess fairy blossom
The ridiculous
is
8.
an
Exactly.
immensely giant, powerful monster. But you know what? They're a monster. So Jinx, what are you doing on your turn?
Guess what? I see this person come out of the bathroom, and I say, "You did not wash your hands and did not use poopery. So we smell what you have done, magical princess fairy blossom."
We smelled what you did last summer.
And I will take my beautiful flaming blade out and prepare myself to cut a hole.
I cannot wait to read the fine text on that. That says you can't use it in the final boss.
Well, go ahead and read the fine text.
Wait, does it say
You can
anything?
say it out loud.
This thing's too powerful. It feels like God shouldn't allow something like this to exist
And
in
they
our
gave
universe.
it to me.
So no, it indeed does work.
Cut a little hole, it falls through.
And you're feeling pretty heroic, which also gives a -1 to all relic challenges. So,
So what
nice
do you
work.
do to Fairy Princess?
Oh,
And what's Fairy Princess look like?
Fairy Princess, all of these buff people were around. Fairy Princess is actually, looks a little bit like Tinkerbell, but man version. And with the brightest orange coat, kind of like a peacock or phoenix.
Oh,
And is,
So,
you're
like-
chopping in half.
So like
No,
Tonkerbell,
not chopping it.
Tonkerbell the Vegas dancer.
Tinkerbell the Vegas. It looks very much like if Elvis was mixed with Tinkerbell, and then they had a child with a phoenix, and it went.
So like
Sure.
multiple generations you've described
But,
of genealogy.
Yes, yes. But also the reason why I did that is because, the Magical Princess Fairy does something very annoying every time they come out of rooms. They sprinkle glitter everywhere, and that just gets everywhere. You can't get rid of the glitter.
I don't think you understand how bad that is for vampires. It's not healthy.
Glittery vampires.
healthy.
That's a thing. And you also found
Oh,
from
glowing-
Magic Princess-
more weapons.
glowing axe. Okay.
A glowing
All right,
axe.
all right.
Nice.
More weapons.
Seems to be very on character for
we're
you.
closing in.
All right, so in order to win, we just have to actually get the staff.
Right.
Yes.
Because Magical Princess.
Fairy Blossom, we've defeated, but where
where
have they
is-
put the staff?
but where
If
is
we
the staff?
don't
If
get
only we
the
had asked the
staff
staff
before the
staff.
end. Yeah, well, that would have been
before
smart.
they were gone.
No, it's not my fault.
And we look out the little small bathroom window, and that cart train cart is just going away.
Oh,
So it might be behind this maze of flame.
in the bathroom? Oh, the toilet teleports.
So
Yeah.
my haunted stuffed dog doll
Yeah.
starts to twitch because I think it helps me with magical. And
Sure
what
does.
is this symbol?
That's
undead.
undead.
Okay,
But
great.
so yeah, you're already at a base of 7.
Okay,
And that is an 11 because now that we've defeated
but
that,
it's +1 from
The tiny laboratory.
correct.
Tiny laboratory.
So then I
It's
was
12.
wrong. It's 12.
So yeah, you are, and it's not a monster. You're gonna just do some magic, extinguish this maze.
Well, so for me to get a 12, I have to get a 5 or better, and I can't assist myself.
But Pillsbury can assist you if needed.
Okay, so I think I'm. So like this magical burning maze is like the rest of the cart. Like this is a train cart of a flame maze, and then the lavatory is the only part that's not on fire. And I think I'm just gonna like use the mirrors to try to get a better perspective on this.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna be like, Pillsbury, prepare yourself.
Being prepared.
So that is
11.
an 11.
And you needed a
Yep.
12, so Pillsbury.
Pillsbury, now.
And I just turn it 1/4 of an inch onto the right so that
Ha!
we can
The door appears.
The door appears.
Yay, and another
All right.
companion.
It opens up that secret compartment.
So this is, again, we're calling them companion cards, but this one isn't a companion. This one says, let's take a moment to reflect. Because it's a tragic backstory.
Is this the
Any
one that's
player-
the super secret
Yeah.
playtest that no one's ever
Ooh,
seen?
this is
Any
super
player can use their turn to reveal a tragic secret from their character's past. They then discard this card and remove a Fantasy Costco card. So Pillsbury, if we're going to go forward to gain the staff, we need to know something tragic about Pillsbury's past.
Now, I answer because it was flipped over on my turn.
No.
Okay.
It is a voluntary thing.
Okay.
It's basically, you could say, now I'm going to deal with
You've
the tiny
been
lavatory.
volunteered.
Okay.
If you want to deal with the tiny lavatory instead.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was something that because that card came up, any
Yeah.
of us could do it. But
On
it's
their
but it's like a challenge.
It's
that
like
you
a
just,
challenge, but instead
have
of
to roll
rolling a
your die. Got
die,
it.
you're telling a story.
Okay.
Okay. I'm actually gonna let somebody else tell that
Okay.
story. I'm gonna try to work my way out of this tiny lavatory.
All right.
Pillsbury, I recommend opening the door.
You have a base of 4. You need
base of 4. It could be, but it's a trap. We know because it's got that symbol.
That's right.
Pillsbury, I recommend opening the door. Here, let me help you, Mage Hand. I've opened the door.
Oh,
All
excellent.
right, now you only need a 2.
All right.
You'll probably get that right.
I approach the handle. It's one of those nice little leverage things, but I just don't have the strength. But I push down with all my might, and yes!
Critical hit.
Critical
so
hit.
Congratulations.
You ripped the door off its hinge.
You
And
have
then
gotten us
So as I push it
out of
down,
the
the whole
lavatory.
door comes off, and there we go.
and to where we now see a fabulous view.
Oh, that's nice.
But the sad thing is, there we are. The train is going past this beautiful scenic scene, and but looking out upon that beautiful vista, I'm reminded of my terrible past, because I've been lying to you this whole time.
Oh man.
Are you not a gerblin?
I am not a gerblin.
What?
I am a tiny, tiny troll.
I knew it.
And
The
that
moment you said you
was
were related to that
my
big troll.
brother. And I got so mad at them, but I feel really guilty that I killed that troll, and it's gonna haunt me for the rest of my days.
Well, what's so tragic
But
about being
I like how
a
it's going to
troll?
haunt you until
just
you go to
because I'm
fancy
related
Con.
to them.
It's
But I
shopping.
did find this all or nothing coin that I am going to give to you. So when you get a card, we haven't really talked about it because we haven't had stuff. When you get a card, you can choose to give it to one of the other players instead. So I think I don't
So you're saying
deserve
that I
this.
had to stick with that damn dog for no reason.
Yes.
Yes.
But you could have, in fact, given it to someone else. But this was my brother's, my big brother, and I don't deserve it. I shouldn't have it.
Yeah,
so I want
shiny.
you to have it.
Thank
Shiny,
you.
yes.
Shiny.
Now,
Shiny.
we are at the last challenge. All that is between us and the staff of General Relativity is the Elemental Colossus. Now,
Magic, what? Yes?
while you're not particularly good against it, I will say the All or Nothing coin says,
Yeah.
before rolling the die, you may discard the All or Nothing coin. If you roll an even number, it becomes a critical hit. If you roll an odd number, it's an epic fail.
I'm gonna
And
do
I trust your
that,
dumb
that
luck.
sounds very much like you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna trust
So how are you going to take down this Elemental Colossus?
this elemental colossus simply by. Oh, hold on, because
I'm getting strong like Shadow of the Colossus here. Like
I am.
it's running alongside.
No,
Like,
the.
it's, yeah, so you
So
know
that's
what?
actually where we've been looking for the
I
staff.
bet the train isn't going somewhere. The train is meeting up with the Elemental Colossus for them to hand the staff
The
off.
staff.
Maybe the Elemental Colossus is carrying the train. That's how the train moves.
Oh, that is.
I feel like it's false advertising then.
Well, I think I
These
will
people
go
don't know what
ahead
trains are.
with that. I'm going to sing out loud, da na 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 na. Yeah, like, while I sing this, so it's my anthem. Yes. And it will aid me in my quest to defeat this Colossus, because I am also a big fan of Titan animation.
I was about to say, like, do you string some wires and run along with X-Acto knives?
Yeah, with X-Acto.
really big
Alright.
X-Acto
I
knives.
am experiencing my ultimate weeaboo.
All right.
Yes.
Well, you just need to roll an even number.
Even numbers.
Apparently, that was just not a good idea.
Cool.
I
Titan
didn't
eats you.
believe-
Got it.
All right, so a few things happen. It was risky. We thought. So first off, we take 3 points of damage.
Anime
Ouch.
isn't real, apparently.
And our fabulous view goes away, revealing that we are in fact on a rooftop chase. The rooftop chase
Or a backtop chase.
means
Yes.
that monster challenges are +1 difficulty. So that comes out to an 18.
Could I still gift my thing to somebody?
No, only when you get a new thing.
Oh.
But you can. It is a magical monster. So if you use your battle magic, you're going to put yourself to a 9. Just going to say. So
yeah,
this
well,
is
plus
Buildertronus.
Plus my little
Stuffed dog.
My stuffed dog is twitching, telling me of the deep dark spells I could use. So
Now,
that'll
if it's
put me
a
to
stuffed dog,
10.
does it have an inner squeaky? And is it always trying to get its own inner squeaky? These are the important questions, I know.
Oh my gosh, that is.
So I think it's actually possessed by the spirits of all the squeaky toys that have been chewed up over the years.
Dang.
So it's like
Now-
a haunting, like beyond necromantic squeaky toy.
Yeah.
What sort of elemental attack is this giant using against you?
Well, I'm gonna go with Eberron and say that this was a lightning rail the whole time.
Of course it was.
So it's
Eberron, duh.
this is a giant.
Are there
like,
any other settings?
This is a giant like iron and brass golem with like lightning kind of arcing all over it, and that's why it's able to mess with the train.
So you have a base of 6, +1 for Squeaky, +1 for having talked about this. You gonna boost yourself?
So I can spend this. That'll get us to 11.
Yep.
But that's
So that gets you to 11, but this has double assisting. So I'm there with you.
Great.
And I'm just going to make a lot of nerdy comments about Eberron. I'm going to be like, well,
okay.
it can't actually be, it's not lightning as such, it's an air elemental.
Look. Smugly, what, did you write that or something? Could you just please, I'm trying to focus here.
And I'm just going to remind you to use your inner light.
All right, 15.
I'm a vampire. I don't have inner lights.
You've just been rolling 6s?
Yeah, pretty much
we
the whole time.
have, and you have claimed the staff. Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Blood
Teamwork.
is stronger than lightning.
Teamwork. Yes.
And I'm so glad that you at least get to take the enormously disturbing stuffed undead dog
Yes.
home with you.
I got an axe though.
As we
and-
fade to black, you just hear.
Oh god.
Now I will say again, I did pull a few cards out of the deck, and so normally it'd be a little more challenging, but we were getting pretty
Yeah, we're
close
getting
there.
close
So so good job,
And then
everyone.
taking out additional cards quickens the game, and also the cards that are later will become more challenging. And so I think the finale would have been a little bit more of a nail biter if it was the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we also
and-
did end up with a pretty ridiculous story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it is a valid, you want things to go faster, you pull a couple cards. So, all right, well, thank you so much. I am so glad that we
Yeah.
managed to defeat Magical Princess Fairy Blossom and recover the Staff of General Relativity.
I do like how anticlimactic Fairy Blossom was.
Yeah.
It's like out of the bathroom
Just coming out
stab.
of the-
Well,
Cool.
with a crazy story, and I do have to say, good job, team. Can I get a shot of us all? Oh, thank you so much. Oh, that's gonna get a lot of views.
I don't think you got him in.
That's okay.
Yeah,
He's a
it's already
vampire.
good.
It doesn't show up. I got the dog. The dog was the real hero, is
Ah.
what we're saying.
The dog was the real hero.
The dog definitely has more followers than me
So,
on Telegram.
so yeah. Thanks everyone for playing.
Yeah, it was
Thank
really
you
fun.
for having us.
So who? Why don't we? Because I think some of us drew characters.
Yeah.
Well, no, all of us drew characters.
Oh, we all did.
You're just small. Let's put that on camera so people can see
Yeah.
our artistic visions
All the
of
artistics.
wildly varying levels.
Yes.
Yes.
I appreciate that
Ooh.
Pillsbury did this, and of course, because I'm not so small as Pillsbury, I think I was just a troll the whole time, and I was just insisting I was a
was a-
gerblin.
yeah.
Like, no, I'm a gerblin, even though I'm 8 feet tall. So there you are.
All right.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank you
Yeah,
again
thank
for
you.
coming out. Thank you for joining us for Table Takes. Thank you
Yeah.
for playing the game with us.
I've been-
Thank you to everybody who watched. I hope that you enjoyed our really dumb story. And I hope that you enjoyed the view of the game. Some of you in Chad, as we...
Yes,
Yeah.
and Chad.
They-
Chat
Chad
apparently
said
has
that
become
they
the cult
were
of Chad.
Oh,
now.
really?
They were the cult of
Oh,
Chad.
I'm so proud of everyone for coming up
Oh.
with the cult sound.
So our Chads out there, I think some of you had mentioned that you had seen the game or playtested it in previous version,
And
I
then,
hope you got to see something new in this one. Thank you again for joining us. Stick around for a little bit longer. We're going to reset, and then Dominic and I are going to talk about event submission for Gen Con. So if you are a
Very
GM for Gen
important.
Con, or if you're going to Gen Con, we will kind of walk you through the process of submitting an event.
Definitely stay tuned to that and for that. That's important.
And don't forget theadventurezonegame.com.
And
Oh, yeah,
the two of you
Zone.
will be at OrcaCon this weekend.
That's correct.
Playtesting Friday and Saturday from 4:30 to 10 p.m. I think it's in the Chehalis room on floor 2.
And then
And then on Monday nights, we have the Brothers Murph playing board games. On Wednesdays, we have Peter Atkinson wrapping up the last couple episodes of the history, the untold stories behind Magic the Gathering. And then we will be back next week, Friday at 11 a.m. for another episode of Table Takes, a new realist rundown. And hopefully we should have more streaming stuff to announce soon. So keep an eye out. Thanks again for everybody. Stick around.